Om Swastiastu. Hello, my name is Cintya Pradnya Dewi. I'm from class APBI Bangli, third semester. In this video, let me share the material about intonation patterns. Okay, let's start it. Let's move to other slide. Intonation patterns. Okay, before I explain about some kinds of intonation patterns, I would like to explain what is intonations. Intonations results from the amalgamations of pitch of voice, stress, and rhythm from our voice that combine together to produce meaning or to convey meaning. Jadi intonasi ini berasal dari voice kita, penekanan pada suara kita dan ritme kita dalam berbicara yang berkombinasi menjadi satu kesatuan untuk menciptakan sebuah makna atau arti. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, intonation patterns have three patterns or have three main patterns. The first is falling intonations, the second is rising intonation, and the last is fall-rise intonations. Falling intonation, as we can say, like the tone like we live in London. Okay, the tone is like this. And the second is rising intonations. Okay, the tone in rising intonations is just like this. And the last is fall-rise intonations. Fall-rise intonation is the combination of falling intonation and rising intonations. So the tone is just like this. Okay, the tone is just like this. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, what is the pattern in statements? Okay, these three sentences are the example of statements. Okay, the first statement is, I love going to the beach. I love going to the beach. The second is, we live in London. We live in London. And the last is, she works with me. She works with me. Okay, we can see the similarities of these three sentences. These three sentences of statements is using following intonations. So in statements, we usually using falling intonations, not a rising intonations. Jadi dalam sebuah pernyataan dalam bahasa Inggris, kita biasanya menggunakan falling intonation atau intonasi yang turun. Okay, let's move to other slide. What is the pattern in open questions? Okay, open questions is the question that asks for informations. Okay, answer the answer must be information informed. Okay, for the example is WH questions. What, where, why, how, and many more. So these questions is to know about informations. Let's move to other slide. Okay, what is the pattern in open questions? Okay, these three sentences or questions are the open questions. Okay, the first is, where are you from? Where are you from? The second is, what do you do? What do you do? And the last is, how long is it? How long is it? Okay, you can see the similarities of these three sentences, these three questions. The similarities is these three questions is using falling intonations, not a rising intonation. So in open questions, we usually use a falling intonations. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, what is the pattern in closed questions? Okay, closed questions is the questions that the answer is yes or not. For the example, is Tim here? The answer must be yes or no. Okay, let's move to other slide. What is the pattern in closed questions? Okay, these four sentences or these four questions is the example of closed questions. Okay, the first is Tim here? Is Tim here? Are you happy? Are you happy? Does it work? Does it work? Can he come? Can he come? Okay, you can see the similarities of these four questions. The four question, these four questions is using rising intonations. Is Tim here? Are you happy? Does it work? Can he come? Okay. So the closed questions is using rising intonations in English. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, what is the pattern in tag questions? Okay, tag questions. Okay, these are the example of tag questions. Isn't it? Didn't they? Do I? Right? Okay, let's move to other slide. What is the pattern in tag questions? Okay, these tag questions divided by two kinds of tag questions. It depends on the situations. Okay, for this example, the context is mother and daughter. I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? Okay, the mother is angry about her daughter because her daughter have not done her homework yet. So the mother tried to remind her, the daughter. So the mother say this to her daughter. I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, in this context, In this context, the tag questions is using following intonations. I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? Because this tag questions is not a real questions. This tag questions just one making a statement. So we use following intonations. Jadi tag question tag question jenis ini bukanlah question yang nyata atau question yang sebenarnya. Ini hanya sebuah statement lebih mengarah ke statement. Jadi kita menggunakan following intonation dalam untuk mengungkapkan tag questions jenis ini. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay. In another tag questions, for the example, I told you, didn't I? Okay, for the new contact is work meeting. You can imagine the boss is angry to his karyawan because his karyawan was forgetting the meeting. So the boss is angry and the boss is saying this to his karyawan. I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? I told you, didn't I? Okay, let's move to other slide. What is the pattern in this another tag questions? So we can say this tag questions is using rising intonations. I told you, didn't I? 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 Okay, these kinds of tag questions is to convey is to untuk mengungkapkan unsure atau ketidaksungguhan atau merasa seperti tidak sungguh atau tidak percaya dengan suatu keadaan. So this tag questions is more like wanting confirmations. So we use rising intonations. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, this is the last kinds of sentence. What is the pattern in list? Okay, this sentence is the example of list. We need a cake, biscuits, snacks, and drinks. We need a cake, biscuits, snacks, and drinks. Okay, as you can see on the slide, the sentence divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intonations. The word cake is using rising intonations. The word biscuits is using rising intonations. And the word snacks is using rising intonations. And the word drinks is using falling intonations. So the list is using fall rise intonations or combination intonations. So the combination, so the result is rise, 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 fall. Okay, this list is using rise, fall, or fall, rise, or combination intonations. Okay, let's move to other slide. Okay, let me summarize my explanations. Okay, for the first is statements. In statements, we usually use in English following intonations. In the second open questions, we usually use following intonations. And next, close questions is usually using rising intonations. Rising intonations. In tag questions, maybe rising intonations or falling intonations. Tag questions is divided by two kinds. Maybe there is rising intonations or falling intonations. And the last is list. In the list, we usually using fall rise or combinations intonations. We usually using rise fall or fall rise or combination intonations. Okay, that's all the material from me. I hope this beneficial for you. I close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om. Thank you.